Hey, people, welcome to episode 20 of Shadowrun Returns. The morning after, you hunker down in the janitor's locker room amid the smells of industrial strength cleansers, floor wax, and body odor. Sleep is impossible as you must be constantly on your guard for the telltale sounds of security teams or building maintenance crews. Morning eventually comes, and with it another chance at Project Aegis. Or Aegis. Good morning, mon ami. You look well. Get on with it. Giving Mr. Silverstar's Panoria about security, we could not get into his office in a straightforward manner last night. However, thanks to the mayhem created by you and your Shadowrunners, the situation ripe for exploitation now exists. Ripe for exploitation, eh? Oi. While you waited here, I continued to probe, looking into some of the less secure, more mundane Telestrian office files. Shipping records indicate that Mr. Silverstar recently took delivery of several paintings he commissioned after being promoted to VP of Telestrian Security. The shipment was called Our Values. On the same day, building maintenance reported installing the artwork in his office at the same time as a piece of equipment purchased from Fuji Corp. Although they attempted to obfuscate its use, I believe it is the safe and the samples in the safe. You are very bright. Mr. Silverstar is personally conducting the investigation into last night's break-in. He is interviewing personnel who may have pertinent information. You need to be one of the personnel he interviews in his office. Once you are inside, you will need him to leave so that you can find a way to get the sample. So I tell him I have evidence so I can get inside his office for an interview. Close. You will plant evidence of your own creation. There are 3 matrix emergency power junctions on this level. If we add some comlink chirps to them, it will make last night's run appear to be preparation for a larger run. It will bring the attention of Telestrian security. Getting the attention of corporate security comes easier to me. What's your angle? There is a janitor's uniform, ID badge, and the comlink chirps in the locker. They will get you general access and allow you to pass a basic inspection. The rest is up to you. One more thing. Mr. Silverstar is well known for his creative security measures. You would do well to learn as much as you can about this man before meeting him. Now, quickly change and I will unlock the door.
Sweet home Alabama.
Supervisor has the look of a stuffer shack manager with illusions that he's on a career track rather than what he is, a disposable dime a dozen resource. Hey, there you are. I'm Steve Scott. I'll be your direct supervisor. Sorry, I missed you when you first came in, but I only found out that you were starting an hour ago. When you suddenly showed up in the system, weird glitch or something. Normally, we'd watch an orientation trade and walk through our mission statement, but, well, it's going to be hard for you on your first day. But you're going to need to clean up some blood, maybe a lot. Cleaning up other people's messes is what I do. You'll have your hands full. There was some sort of break-in last night. Some people were, just get things cleaned up on this floor. And listen, people are going to be on edge today, so try to stay invisible and don't get in any trouble. Otherwise, they're going to call me, and I'm going to have to reprimand you and put a note in your file. Shut him to the floor and stay out of trouble, got it? I hope they get whoever did this. Only a fool would attack a Telestrian corporate office and think they can get away with it. Start heading from room to room and clean what needs cleaning. Good luck and welcome to Telestrian. What can I do for you? Yeah, I like when the NPCs in this game have portraits. Really allows me to look at stuff as I'm reading. I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. The top floors may only be accessed with the express authorization of Eric Silverstar, our VP of security. You can head to the lower floors if your supervisor wants. Yeah, I found all these chips on some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? I'm gonna talk to you later, buddy. You know, honestly, I thought my guy was going to end up cleaning the rooms. I have to say this point. It's not looking good. I don't know how it happened. Nonetheless, our records show this terminal was left unsecured in direct contravention of Shadowrun corporate policy. You failed in your duty. I don't know why they're called Shadowrun Guard if they have a Lone Star emblem on their head. I know it's duty above all for you security types, but I am the victim here, I swear. Perhaps when Mr. Silverstar gets his next promotion, there will become a value for you data pushers as well. Right now, it seems your values clock out early and ignore my responsibilities. Don't go anywhere. I need to make my report to Eric. It would only take a few moments to install the chip, but perhaps not the wisest course of action while view of a loyal rage slave. What's up, royal wage slave? The wage slave is on the edge. He's staring vacantly at his terminal with his hands to his face and his fingers twitching nervously. What do you want? Can't you see I'm busy? It looks like you're in some real trouble, chummer. Buzz. Unless you can clean up a shattered career, leave me alone. I'm a daffodil. Daffodil. Daff, my glass. Who's a flask? I'm a flask. Use a flask, and we are all flasks. Flask team, activate. The two men are staring into the vent and shaking their heads. Look, Ralu, I know, and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but when I told that to Silvers, what the fuck is happening in the sentence? I know and you know that there's nothing in that vent, but I went to, I don't know, that to Silverstar. He accused me of not wanting to crawl in there. Said it was letting the company down by not displaying the corporate value of duty. The suits sure love their mission. Statements. And all of that, Drake. But today isn't a day for Shadowrun Corpse. Duty above all, crap. Several of us did the ultimate duty last night. I guess we should just be happy Mr. Shadowrun is in today. Just get in there and take another look. I have got to go upstairs and report.
Hey man, what's Gucci?
A filthy guard is looking into an open vent. He is clearly not enjoying the idea of climbing back his dog. So I tackled that jerk all over the floor. He shakes his head. Man, I can't believe what happened the night before. Me neither. You think you're done with the vents for the day? They want me to get this room back in order. If anyone asks, you saw me in there, okay? Okay, terminal access, yeah. Install a comlink chirp. The access panel comes off with a quiet pop, and you place a chip inside. I wonder if he's in here. Damn, he is in here. No matter. As the Celestian tech jockey turns to speak, you notice You notice a panel has been removed from one of the land racks just behind him. Thanks for coming. Can you believe it? Silver Star is calling it an intrusion, but I know the aftermath of a Shadowrun when I see it. Start over in the corner and make sure you don't get any civilians on my servers. Do you think you could duck out for a smoke or something? It would be easier if I didn't have to clean around you. Oh, sorry. Yeah, no problem. Just another day in the paradise, right? Remove the access panel from the panel to place a combo trip. Quiet pop. That's one down. That's two down. The old panel is a rat's nest of cables and half disassembled hardware. Some of it is loose. Take some of the LAN parts. I might have just the thing to help you out. He shakes his head. I doubt it. You know the guy who said life isn't fair? He was talking about me. Security's bullying you, but I could make it look like your terminal was tampered with and no one would be the wiser. You're right. There is no reason I should let security push me around. He steers himself. Just do it quick. Oops. You place the cables, data chips around the terminal's casing. Thanks so much. I don't forget this when your review comes up. Hey, no problem, sir. Just glad I could help. Would you mind clearing out of here for a while? There is a lot to do. You bet. Just in order to keep this just between us. Oh wow, look, these garbage cans are destroyed. I wonder if I could access over here. Nope. He's running.
He's a fast man.
Anyways, I need to get upstairs. My supervisor says there's more cleaning to do. Hey, I found all these chips on the some of the matrix switch boxes. Is that important? Gar thinks for a moment and activates his comm link. He turns his back on you and has a brief conversation, then he turns back. Mr. Superstar wants to see you in his office immediately.
Next area, yay!
Collecting the sample. The brutish dog eat dog existence of a slum dweller is a far cry from the quiet desperation and essential nothingness of a corporate wage slave. Yet after your time at Telestrian Industries, it's unclear which is more bleak. The elevator rises smoothly, its blanderized music assaulting you once again as you ascend to the executive floor and your goal. There is blood and some sort of semen right here? There you are. It seems that some of my best are letting me down, and it's good to see that you're displaying one of the most important of my 3 key values. What's the duty above all, right? Well, yes, that is the first value, and I'm glad more than those outside of security follow it. And from a janitor, no less. No, I am speaking of my third and final value of vigilance, which seems to be solely lacking around here. We prefer building maintenance, sir? Thank you, sir. Well, rewards and punishments must given where required. Now, please start filling out the report on the data pad, and I'm afraid I must ask you not to sit in my chair. Given your attire, I need to go head downstairs and investigate your findings. I'll be right back. So you're just gonna leave me in your office? Okay, man. Whatever's Gucci with you. Your compliment being so ring. you pick up. So these paintings must be what all those expensive deliveries were. We don't have much time. I am tracking Silver Star and he is already stepping off the elevator. I don't think your disguise will hold up much longer. I'll update you on his movements. Hurry, mon ami. As I can remember, I think it was this one. This shows a profile of 3 elves in Celestian security uniforms looking upwards at a flag flying the station logo. The plague reads duty. Push the frame. Frame clicks into place and the painting slide back into the wall. Over here. There is an open bottle of expensive scotch and a single glass that appears to be half empty and a half-smoked cigar. Depicted is a clock tower at a train station in downtown Portland in the tier. Flag reads efficiency. Push the frame. The frame clicks into place and the painting slides back into the wall. He has a few guards, a tech worker and a very nervous wage slave gathered in the boardroom and is beginning to question them. Push the frame. The frame clicks into place and the wall slides back into. There's a safe that has a large DNA scanner on the front, most likely keyed to Silver Star. Pick up the half-smoked cigar. Put the moist end of the cigar on the DNA scanner. With a click and faint hiss of escaping air, the safe opens. Great work, mon ami. Time for stealth has passed. It has set off every alarm in the system, but I have unlocked the executive elevator and your path is clear. Head to the elevator and make your escape. Hey, this is a restricted area. You can't go in there. Oh shit. Detective McCluskey stands smirking, surrounded by armed and twitchy Lone Star officers. Good morning, moron. Good morning, Detective McCluskey. It's a fine day for police corruption, isn't it? That's right, dummy. Keep flapping your jaw. That sort of thing will be perfect for where you're going. Mr. Teleshin wants to meet you in person. He wants to chat about last night's fun and games. You can come along quietly, or you can meet him in a body bag. Come on, Drake for brains, make the wrong choice. Let's get this over with. I have things to do. I'm going, but one day you and I are gonna go around. I'll opt for a stand-up. Let's go. Let's get this over with. Damn, I was hoping to be able to bring you in feet first. God damn it.
Well, so much for that plan.
The estate. From the floor of the Lone Star cruiser, you watch the tops of the downtown corridor's office buildings disappear, replaced by the gray overcast over the I-90 bridge. The nylon restraints binding your waist and ankles, along with McCluskey's whistling to the radio, make for an unpleasant ride. A half hour later, the cruiser hits a whisper smooth patch of road, and a magnificent mansion fills your view. Its design, a blend of old world funerary elfish grace. The car pulls to an abrupt halt, and you're dragged into the driveway. Look up to see you're surrounded by a squad of green-clad ghosts. Special Forces troops from Sir Tarn, I don't fucking know, messaging the feeling back into your numb extremities. You prepare to meet the man himself, James Telestrian III. Want some advice, moron? Of course you don't. You're a Shadowrunner and you live by your own rules, don't you? I suggest you keep your smart-ass remarks to yourself this time, elf. Mr. Telestrian isn't some street meat you can impress or intimidate. He's the brains behind the throne of Sir Targany, and one of the richest men in Seattle. And he holds your leash, right, Miss Gluskin? You his lapdog? His eyes say, I'd love to kill you now, but his mouth continues his smirk. I got one of the richest and most powerful men in the Pacific Northwest taking care of me, dumbass. What did you got? Indigestion. You're dumber than I thought. Enjoy your chat. I'll dispose of your body later. And before I go over there, let me, you're not going anywhere. Fuck, I can't explore the area. Son of a bitch. Well, on the bright side of things, at least I could, explore his mansion area. Who's that? Mr. Watch? What is this man doing here? There is a twinkle in Elysian's eye that wasn't there when you spoke at the Steamers Union. It is good to see you again. There's much to do. You run in some pretty different circles, don't you? I do not run at all, Legohood. I go where I am needed. I am needed here. Seek me out after you have spoken to James Telestrian. Perhaps I can be of service again. Okay. Mr. Koch Show. The fussy elf with the air of a Victorian butler studies you from your toes to the tips of your pointed ears. Before he speaks, Miss Telestrian is expecting you. You will find him in the office. You his butler? I am Mr. Quaith, his head of household. Mr. Telestrian is waiting for you in his office. He is not one to be kept waiting.
He is not one to be kept waiting.
Where the fuck is he? Oh shit, he's over here. Before I go over there, I like to explore my life choices. But it seems like I can't do that, so I'm gonna have to go to his office regardless. As you approach, James Telestrian III looks up from the computer screen built into the surface of his desk and assesses you, calculating in code. A practiced smile comes to his face. He vibes the kind of rich you don't get from trivialed. It's not the clothing or the trappings of the bow before your better's mansion. It's something else. The feeling that you're being categorized as a resource or a liability or a pawn. I have been reviewing the results of your visit to my Seattle office last night. I admit they are impressive. You have generated a considerable amount of damage to my office complex. Killed or wounded many of my security personnel and cost my vice president of security his job. 24 hours, you have accumulated quite a bill with me, sir. How do you intend to settle your debt? Would you take a check? You already confiscated the container I have no other bargaining chips. Adequate corporate. Once my current assignment is complete, I would be happy to discuss working off my debt to you, Mr. Telestrian. That discussion may happen one day, assuming outcome of this conversation does not result in your immediate termination. One is in my debt. They remain in my debt until such time that I decide that debt is repaid. There will be no negotiation on that point, however. You have one piece of information which you might use as a bargaining chip in the little time you have left to live. Why you took what you took. I am interested to know why you and your team of criminals fought your way through my security teams up to my private office to access the Matrix and uncover the location of a simple research project. I took the, I guess, sample to kill giant insect spirits. Find your bluntness somehow refreshing. He touches a button on the desk. Mr. Koch, please ask my daughter to join us. The young, oh my god. The young pretty elf has dark circles under her eyes and a haunted expression on her face. She recognizes you instantly. It's you. You're the man who helped me escape from the Universal Brotherhood. How did you get here? Thank you, Marie Louise. You have confirmed the identity of your rescuer and given me reason to forgive him for his trespasses against me. He looks hungry for your help. I'm glad you're here. This guy is your father? Yes. For what that's worth, he's the reason I was in the Universal Brotherhood in the first place. I was running away from him. Now I can't sleep at all. I'm afraid that this is a dream and that I'll wake up and still be there with the bugs. She shudders. You can relax, Marie Louise. You are safe. It is over. No! It won't be over until they're all dead. You didn't see them? You don't understand? You and those men you flew in here. All you do is talk. It's just like you to form a committee, Father. I knew that someone had to take action. That's why I got Harkeem involved. You gotta admit, her avatar right here is pretty hot, and her portrait is also pretty hot as well, huh? The order code exterior of James Testing the third turns to ice. I see. It was you and your crippled little friend who leaked Agus to the man. We will speak of it later, in private. Now then, Legohood, there are people I wish you to meet. The committee, my daughter alluded to. This is a rare opportunity for a man of the streets such as yourself. I urge you to behave. We'll adjourn to the library. I would be delighted. I don't know if that is sarcasm or not. Just behave. There is a weight in Telestrin's library, a sense of magnitude and of purpose. You are no longer in the presence of mere wealth, you are in the presence of history. Yo, there's an achievement with this guy. Lady and gentlemen, this is Legohood. He is the elf who saved my daughter, and the only one who has faced our common enemy in combat. Her Brackus, with us, the representative of the great dragon, Laffy, have to tell us about the magical insect this Shadowrunner uncovered. Brackus speaks slowly with a deep, melodious German accent. He takes his time, sensing each word, relishing each value and each consonant, tasting them as if they were a delicacy. Alright, so we got 1, 2, 3, 4. We have 4 big ass words here. My lord has witnessed the insect spirit's physical manifestation before, roughly 9,000 years ago. As you are aware, magic ebbs and flows from the earth, cycling from peak to peak over the course of 5,200 years as the level of magic grows. Hans, dear, I love you, but you could babble on forever, and I believe time is of the essence. The painted elf addresses you. Legohood, it is delighted the bug you fought was not merely a magical awakened animal like a Welven or Hydra or anything else in the 6th world. In fact, it isn't from this world at all. It's the physical embodiment of an insect spirit from another plane of existence. I believe that would explain why I wasn't able to damage it, and the spirit itself is extra painter. Bravo, that is precisely the idea. The insect spirit exists on both planes simultaneously. I have been impressed with you for some time, Legohood. It is good that you are here. Now an insect spirit can't simply thumb a ride through Astra space. And show up on Earth late for dinner. Dinner is in this case being us. 2 elements are required to bring one across the void. a shaman, and a host. First, the spirit calls upon a shaman, often in dreams. The spirit seduces the shaman with promises of great power. The shaman then accepts the spirit as his totem. Next, the insect spirit requires a suitable host. The best candidates are the disaffected and the disenfranchised, in short. The weak-willed, their minds are the most susceptible to suggestion, which is helpful in which the transformation. As you may imagine, these are the sort of people easily attracted into a cult, such as the Universal Brotherhood. Finally, by performing what has to be a truly disgusting ritual, the shaman serving the insect totem implants the spirit into the host willingly or not. Then it's feeding time. Harley Kermit is correct. The insect spirit will then slowly consume its host while transforming it into the spirit's own insectoid body, thus manifesting itself fully on this plane. What's this have to do with a great dragon and an elf or cosmetics? Funny kid, but it's no laughing matter. This is a bigger than hunting down an insect shaman or putting a few 9mm rounds into a bug. The initial bugs prepare a nest for the summoning of a queen. Once the nest has its queen, she literally explodes with newly manifested insect spirits. They swarm out of the nest, feasting on all the flesh they can find and implanting more insect spirits into the fresh corpse. Again and again and again, the room falls silent as they all consider the scenario faces grim. Celestine embraces silence. This is not an infestation like it is an invasion. My lord knew this day would come, but he did not know precisely when nor where your rescue of Mr. Telestrian's daughter has exposed the existence of an insect spirit for the first time in the circle of the world. Then why don't you just fire a cruise missile at the Brotherhood and call it a day? You half engaged the enemy. You know why. The insect spirit is only a resident in the transformed host's body. Conventional weapons can't hurt the body, expose the spirit, but the spirit itself exists on two planes. It cannot be destroyed by mundane means, hence Project Igus. Her Celestian's biotechnology and agriculture divisions worked with my lord. Oh my fucking engineers and designed Project Igus to destroy an insect spirit once it is released from its host. The formula, this man, the German dude with the long white hair, has some of the most intense long words to read from. The formula, a fluorescing astrobacteria strain, exists in the physical and astral plane at once, and can thus affect the insect spirit. Now that was a mouthful. Did you memorize it, or are you reading it off of index cards? My director of research and development, Diane Ravenwood, will explain how Project Igus will be used in the field. Dr. Ravenwood? She looks like Holly Berry. Our weapons specialists have rapidly prototyped a delivery device for the fluorescing astrobacteria strain. They've created some prototype launchers which fire Igus-filled shells. When fired, the shells discharge a high velocity stream of bacteria. In order to destroy one of the bugs, it must first be damaged using conventional weapons, or magic until the spirit is released from the host body. Then the insect spirit must be shot with the Project Igus prototype launch to destroy it. So in order to stop an invasion of insects from another dimension, a dragon and an elf co-created a magical insecticide. Crudely put accurate, we must stop the Universal Brotherhood from summoning a queen, and we must stop them immediately. You are the only one who has been inside their facility, and the only one who has personally fought these creatures before. That, along with your highly effective assault upon my property,
indicates that you are the ideal person to lead the attack. I'm flattered. Honestly, I am. The painted elf grins and his red lipstick catches the light. You should be. Come on, kid. When fate taps you on the shoulder, you've got to pay attention. Unfortunately, she has the nasty habit of tapping you on the opposite shoulder, so that when you turn around, she's on your other side, giggling like a deranged schoolgirl. I hate that. Enough. Are you willing to undergo this mission? Now go ahead. I'm a professional, and professionals get paid for their work. I assume that serving all mankind involves compensation. Of course, here's my proposal. If you prevent the queen from being summoned and destroy the insects in the next 1 million nuance will be divided by the surviving team members. 1 million? Sign me the fuck up, man. Excellent. He claps his hand as if seeing the circus for the first time. I love the way that the short-lived are willing to die even faster. It's very inspirational. There is one final note. A warning: if you have seen the danger the insects represent, but you have not witnessed the shaman's power. The shaman must tap into a powerful source of magic in order to summon a queen. We do not know what abilities that power source will grant. Beware of the insects, but do not underestimate the shaman. Hey, don't scare the kid, Hansel. We still need him to go on the mission. By the by, I'm coming with you, Legohead. I wouldn't mind seeing these creatures for myself. I missed them last time. Telestrian will bankroll you so you can hire the rest of the team. Find me when you're ready to go and we'll bug right out of here. Yes, speak with Quinn, when you are ready to depart if you wish to acquire additional supplies for your mission. Find my assistant Quoth. He is highly resourceful. Well now. Oh look, we could talk to everybody. Damn. We got a white text bubble, a yellow text bubble, and a blue text bubble. Thanks for watching, everybody.